Well, we had a problem this morning and we are having a problem with our streaming service. So we're just going to go live on Facebook right now and I'm going to do a little show. I've got Steve Smith with me from Vision Fire Productions. Hi, Steve.
Hello, how are you?
You want to tell them who you are and what
Sure,
you're doing here
I'm
today?
Steve Smith, Vision Fire Studios, based out of Pictou, Nova Scotia, and I'm here to shoot the Deanne for an upcoming feature in Saltscapes magazine, which will be in the December-January edition.
And you need me to do something for you.
I need you just
What do you want me to do?
Well, if you
We
can,
can just show them what we're doing.
yeah, sure. If you want to give me a 20-second clip, just saying what we're doing here would be great.
Okay. Well, I'm Deanne Fitzpatrick, and I run a website called hookingrugs.com, and I'm a rug hooker. I'm an artist, and I make one-of-a-kind hooked rugs, and I also make kits and patterns and supplies, and I teach online, and I'm excited to be in Saltscapes magazine. It's an honor. Thank you.
Perfect.
So this was what we were doing this morning. We were doing crisp apple. Thank you, Steve.
You.
And we never got to show you this gorgeous yarn. So Greg dyed this yarn. This is a new yarn that we're using, and it's an Icelandic yarn. And this morning I hooked all this in, but I didn't like it because the colorway. I was saying I didn't really have any great idea about what I wanted to hook. So when I'm like that, I go into my old sketchbooks and I just pick out something. And so I love this sketch. I think it's beautiful. And I'm really into 8x8s right now. So this won't be part of the mystery art project. I'll talk about that later. This is just something that I'm fiddling around with here and I'm going to work on. But I want to just, I want to just have this tree coming up out of here. But the problem is I was having trouble with the color. I'm just going to show you what this looks like hooked up, because it is really beautiful. And this is a new yarn. It's an Icelandic yarn, so it's a yarn from Iceland. So it's sort of a kind of a Nordic yarn. You can see it has a fuzz around it, but it takes the dye really beautifully. And the other thing I want to show you today is I want to show you some of the beginner kits that I've been working on. And it's really lovely, this yarn is. Well, have a look at that. And so this is crisp apple. Mary's put it on the new products on the website. And so one of the tips I'd just like to show you today is that when you are using a certain color, like this crisp apple color, the color of the sky that you choose matters. So years ago, I was on a boat in Placentia Bay, and I came back to the B&B. We stayed with this woman. She was beautiful, Pat Hayden, in Pettyford. And she said, and I told her, oh, you should have seen the color of the ocean today. And she was a watercolor painter. And she said, well, what color was the sky? Because it's always like, I said, the ocean was so blue today. And she said, well, what color was the sky, right? Because the sky, it was all going to reflect it. So now I'm going to go get a couple of blues, and we're going to sort of choose the blue based on the sky. I'll be right back. Or you can come with me if you want. So look. Got a handful here. I'm also going to get a bit of sparkle because I feel like the sparkle might be just what I need for this. So come on back out here. So when I'm looking at this sky, what I've done is I put in a lot of kind of dark khaki greens in here for the tree, and it really it just made this like too bright and too big, and it wasn't working. So I could go, you could have like a very fair sky with this and it would be okay. But like, I want a kind of a nice light sky. I could also have, see that's all like, it's all the same tone. And even though when I was in there, I was thinking, oh, that might be pretty. When I lay it there, it's just too jumpy, right? Now I think if I took this, and sparkle, just go easy with sparkle. And I took this, which is really, I don't know if this is called summer sky or cool evening sky. I never know. Sorry, I can never remember. Where is my hook? Always losing my hook. Okay. So I take this, and I think this will work. it lets the sky, it lets the grass be the grass, you know? It's not like when I put this in, it's the sky has as much intensity as the grass, and this is a very kind of intense yarn. So this is what I'm going to work with on that. So we just had a big day. It's been a big week, actually. Yesterday we finished up our Women with Wings group, 12 women, and I was really encouraged by the way they grew and learned, and their desire to be artists. And so that group is finished now. And I got to tell you I'm working 8x8 right now. Like, that's how I'm working, because I'm thinking a lot about the mystery art project. And I've got a little announcement to make that we aren't, oh, I don't have any scissors here. We are not going to, I don't think we're going to be able to do an online winter course this winter that has a package with it. So we do two kinds of teaching here. Sometimes we teach people who want kits, and we like have a project where we're going right from start to finish. And the mystery art project is like that. Every month you get a kit and you get a video that goes start to finish, right? And that project is filling up. It's getting very busy. We're hoping to let it go to October 31st. But if you want to join, you should join. If it gets too busy, we might have to cut it off, but I'm hoping we won't. So that's the mystery art project. This winter, instead of doing an online winter course where we're sending out a big kit, we have so many kits to make for the mystery art project, we're just going to focus on that. And after that, we'll do a course that is more creative, where either you'll be designing your own rug or we'll have a downloadable pattern, but we won't be sending out kits with it. So we're changing things a little. And for years we've done the online winter course, but this winter it's really all about the mystery art project. So just wanted to let you know that, because a lot of you have been asking us that. Now, I don't know if this is November Blue or Nova Sky, but I think this could work in here too. I'm going to give it a try. I still don't know what I'm doing with these bushes. I'm going to deal with that after. Sometimes I can't choose the colors on camera because I don't know. I know it doesn't seem like it, but you guys, like, I get a little jumpy. So it's hard to make really good color decisions sometimes. So I kind of have to know what I'm doing when I come on. So I'm not really ready to choose the colors for the sky, but I think for the trees, but I think I'm good with the sky. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you today, we did this live this morning, you know that, and it didn't work at all. So we don't know what happened to that, if it's out there in the ether. That looks really pretty. I think I could put a little bit of, like, you could take a little tiny bit of blue like this and use it like at the base. Let's just try that. So if we just had like a touch of it, it would be okay. So sometimes it's about the amounts that you use. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to show you that 4 new little possible beginner kits that we have. I got to hide these though, because these ones here are for the mystery art project. So I got to hide those up. Anyway, so this is what I was working on last week. We did the man with the shirt and tie, and that's like how I remember my father, even though he was a Boilermaker and he used to go climb into boilers, and he wasn't always going around in a shirt and tie, but he always wore a shirt. It's also how I see my husband, and it's how I see my son most of the time, because they're always all dressed up. I did this little one because it kind of reminded me of canola. I love the little bit of yellow. And we do have a kit that's similar to this, but a bit more sky. But sometimes I like to have kits that are similar. These are not available yet, and we don't know if they'll ever be available. And then this, I told the story this morning about the teacup. One time I was with my mother, and she had a teacup at the top of the stairs, and I was dancing around and causing trouble, kind of being foolish, and I knocked the teacup over, and I was really sad and scared that my mother would be upset. But she said, "Oh, honey, it's just a teacup." And it was so nice, like that's the way my mother was. She was sweet. And I was telling my son that the other day, and he said, Mom, you told me this story like 11 times. And when I finished it, and I said, oh, well, just tell me. And he said, well, I thought this one was going to have a different ending or a different meaning, so I was just waiting. We do that, don't we? We tell the same stories over and over again. And this tree here is one I'm working on. I don't know if this is going to be a kid or not, but I do like it. And I'm kind of thinking of the tree that was in Shubenacadie, and it blew down during the hurricane. So I've been thinking about that. I moved this over here, so I have all my wool together now. And I just took all my blues out of there. I used to have it over there, so I was always looking at it. So now I've got pretty much all my wool kind of right close to me and right behind me. And I'm excited about that. And Angela was looking for the other headset, and we found it. So I hope the sound is okay today. We had a lot of technical difficulties today. And they weren't Angela's fault. It was, sometimes technology doesn't work the way you want it to. So I had some really good things happen this week. A friend from my childhood friend came to visit out of the blue, and Juanita, and she just came out of the blue, and she wanted to get a rug for her home, and that made me so happy. I hadn't seen her in years, and she lived across the road from me, and she was from a family of 17 children, I think. And her mother used to give out full big Virginia bars on Halloween, and Halloween's coming up. So our question for today is, do you like to dress up on Halloween? And if you do, what do you dress up as? So my daughter told me she's going to a party this weekend. Her friend Regan's having a big Halloween party. And I said, I could dress up and just go out and pretend I'm 25, right? And I thought, well, you could really. You could just, what? I'm not a Halloween dresser-upper. And if I do, I just wear all black and a hat. Which is the only difference from the way I usually dress, is that I have a hat on. So, and I just want to show you my new dress. Just bought a new dress because Steve was here to do a photo shoot for Saltscape. So I want to show you my new dress because I'm kind of excited about it. And
it's super cute.
It's super cute, isn't it? I love it. You don't have to wear any jewelry with it. I'm probably covered in wool because I'm just been working on it. And that's it for this week. It's just a quick little sort of back on to say we're sorry that we messed up this morning, and then when we did get back on, it was flipped left and right, so we'll probably take that one down. And this is our Thursday Live. And please don't forget about the Mystery Art Project. That's what we're doing, and the Sunday Letters book. If you want your copy, you can pre-book now. Steve shot the cover today for us, and Angela's doing the final details on it. Mary's done the editing. And the Mystery Art Project is 12 months long. It's $49 a month, and you can join now, but after October 31st, you will not be able to join. It's a closed project. You join for the year, and you're going to get a magical little mystery every month delivered to your door. And at the end of the 12 months, you're going to have 12 squares that are 8 by 8 each that you can hang 6 over 6, 4 by 3, or 3 by 4, or any way you like. And it's going to be a gorgeous project. It's very popular, so we're hoping to be able to keep it open till October 31st, but I'm not making any promises on that one just in case, because we have to plan for all the wool and keep it organized. So that's it. It's a great project. I'm excited about it, and thank you for those of you who joined and supported it. I really appreciate it. And always, when you teach someone how to hook rugs, or when you share rug hooking, you never know what you're sharing. It's just a beautiful craft. And it leads us to community, and I think it leads us to lots of self-knowledge and lots of thinking, lots of meditation, and all kinds of good things. So thank you for
Actually,
watching.
we have a question,
Oh,
Deanne.
you have a question?
Is the Mystery Art Project appropriate for beginners?
Yes, it is, because every month with the project, you get a free how-to video, and I've been recording them, and I go start to finish. So you see it go from start to finish, and that's pretty amazing. So we're not going to put a color key in these kits. You just follow along the video, and I'm going to say you use a wool like this. The wools might not be exactly what I'm using in the video. They're going to be close. We just try to approximate them. Every little 8 by 8 kit, has like 16 to 20 different wools in it. So it's quite a project. I was down yesterday, and what I got done, I'm down in the basement, and I've got all 20 bins lined up, because we got to have, 1 of this, 2 of that, 4 of that, 5 of that. Sometimes you only need that much of a wool, and sometimes you need like a 1/10 of a skein. So it's fun. It's an exciting project. Any other questions? Angela, are we good?
I think we're good.
Well, thank you for watching. Sorry for the mess up, but these things happen. We can't control. Sometimes our wireless cuts out, or it wasn't actually our wireless.
It wasn't me this time
It
either.
wasn't Angela. It wasn't Angela, and it wasn't me. So thank you. I just love our hookers. It's just the truth. See ya. Bye-bye.